Well, you can now pay for your Panera sandwich with the palm of your hand. You've heard that right. The restaurant chain partnering with Amazon to test its palm reading payment technology. See it right there on your screen. Right now, it's only available in 2 St. Louis locations. We want to bring in Naren Chowdhury, Panera Bread's CEO. Naren, a lot to get in with you today. But first, let's start with this technology, because I think a lot of people, Brooke DePalma is also here playing in this interview as well. But Naren, how exactly does this work? Because it might scare a lot of people.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be on the show. Well, we are very excited, but we are the first restaurant company to partner and launch Amazon One for loyalty identification or payment transactions just using a scan of your palm. We're excited because we have more than 50 million My Panera members in our loyalty program, and this just provides another level of convenience and personalized service for our guests. So it's another one of the first from Panera, leveraging technology to delight our guests.
And just to get a timeline on this, what are your expectations and when do you expect it to become a common way that customers pay for their Panera?
I think use of biometric identification is happening all around us, as we know, on airports, et cetera, and supermarkets already. So I just see this as a natural evolution of using biometric technology to drive convenience, loyalty identification, and payment. So I think this is going to spread pretty quickly.
This is clearly one indication, but just about every restaurant, sir, has come out of this pandemic different. They have evolved in some way, shape, or form. How are you a different chain than you were 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah, we have evolved tremendously. I think we are a much stronger brand. We are more convenience-driven in terms of off-premise convenience. We are more digitally savvy. And we've also done a lot of innovation to make the brand even more relevant to our guests across all multiple day parts. So I think we're a stronger brand, more convenient, more accessible, more distinctive for our guests. And that's our mindset. We look at any kind of a macro event that is happening as a way to become a catalyst for us to up our game and serve our customers even better than we've done before.
And another key theme over the past year has been inflation, particularly food inflation. We've seen egg and bread prices higher. Has Panera Bread had to raise prices? And are you seeing lower ticket sizes?
Yeah, I think the macro environment with inflation, supply chain disruptions, et cetera, continues. I think it's a very uncertain, choppy environment out there, very difficult to really predict where this will land. So our approach is to actually use pricing as a strategic lever to cover not only our food inflation, but also the labor inflation, the labor investments that we need to make to take care of our people. So we are pricing to cover both of those elements. And in fact, I think the results have been very strong. So we are able to actually retain our people. We have best in class people metrics, very low turnover rates for our cafe general managers. So our cafes are properly staffed. The consumer demand for our brand remains relatively strong. And therefore, we continue to have a pretty strong start to the year, although we are very aware that it's quite hard to tell how this will turn in the latter half of the year.
Naren, have you seen any pushback from those higher prices?
We are perhaps one of the few chains that is seeing a growth in our foot traffic and transactions. And the reason is that as we raise prices, I think it's very important to give value back to our guests in some distinctive way. And we do that all the time. So we recently launched a very disruptive value play called the Unlimited Sip Club, wherein we offer unlimited access to our beverages for $10.99 a month. So when the guests are coming to the cafes using this Unlimited Sip Club program, they already feel that they are actually saving and they're benefiting from the value initiative. And those initiatives in combination with pricing is very important for us to ensure that we are serving our guests appropriately during this time. So we are seeing actually a growth in both our ticket, but also our transactions, which is good to see.
And speaking of this macroeconomic environment, it truly seems like Panera is waiting for the right time to go public. What can you tell us about the status of that public offering, and can we expect to happen this year?
I think it's very hard to really say. As you know, the environment continues to be very difficult to predict. So I think we're watching it very carefully, and we will take an appropriate decision at the right time.
Ren, is it still an opportunity to go public given the uncertainty that's out there right now?
I think in the near term, I think it's very hard to sort of to think about what the right timing is. It certainly remains our intent, but I think the timing is uncertain.
Naren Chowdhury, always great to have you, CEO of Panera. Thanks so much, and of course our thanks to Brooke for joining in as well.